Do you think you can have too much stuff? When I first moved out of home, I packed everything I owned into just 2 boxes like these ones. But since then, every time I've moved, I just seem to have more stuff. This last move, 100 packing boxes and a great big removalist van to carry all our furniture. It just seems I keep acquiring more and more stuff. And I'm not alone. Check this out. This chart I'm about to show you shows how much Australians spend consuming every year, and the figures are adjusted for inflation. Wow, does that surprise you? It surprised me. What that chart's telling us is that the average Australian today buys 3 times as much stuff as the average Australian in 1960. And here's where it's going. We're spending more on our homes. A lot more on the stuff that goes in our homes. More on recreation, more on cars, more on clothes. Now, if consumerism is right, if more stuff equals more happiness, you'd expect we'd be a very happy bunch of people. Certainly a lot happier than we were in 1960. Well, a research unit at Deakin University has been testing this, and here's what they found. This is what happened to consumption between 2001 and 2011. And here's what happened to people's sense of life satisfaction. No change. How can that be? Consumerism promises that more stuff equals more happiness. So why aren't we more happy? Or think about this. In 2002, a Newspulse survey asked people to agree or disagree with this statement. Quote, "You cannot afford everything you need," unquote. 62% of people surveyed said they agreed that they could not afford everything they need. And that included just on half of people in the highest income brackets. How can that be? We've got 3 times as much stuff as people in 1960. Yet instead of being 3 times happier, the majority of us believe we can't afford everything we need. How do you explain that? Social researchers tell us the answer is surprisingly simple. That once we've reached a reasonably comfortable standard of living, what matters is not how much we have in absolute terms, but how much we have in comparison to others. Take that TV. 15 years ago, I didn't know I needed one of those because they hadn't even come onto the market. Back then, my 20-inch analogue TV in its big boxy case was the bee's knees. And even when the big screen TVs did come onto the market, I still didn't think I needed one because they were outrageously expensive. But as the price came down, my friends started to buy them. And pretty soon, all my friends had these big flat screen TVs. So I'd go to a friend's house, watch the football on their 55-inch TV with theatre quality surround sound stereo, and you know what happened when I got home? One look at my 20-inch TV with its tinny speakers, and I'm thinking it's upgrade time. I mean, if everyone else has one, isn't it reasonable for me to get one too? And that happens right across the board. My friends upgrade their homes, and all of a sudden I want to upgrade my home too. They take overseas holidays, and I want to take an overseas holiday too. And as everybody's standards of living start to rise, we end up with a new expectation of what's normal, of what a normal person has. And that's why 62% of us say we can't afford everything we need. Because need's no longer defined as what I need to survive, but what I need to keep up with everyone else. And that's why our life satisfaction levels have flatlined. Because what matters is not what I have compared to people back in 1960, but what I have compared to you. So here I am with all of this stuff, and it makes me wonder, has consumerism been a big mistake? If getting all this stuff hasn't made us happy and more fulfilled human beings, what has it made us? Maybe it's made no difference. Or maybe it's made us lesser people.